Hello. If you follow me on Instagram, then maybe you saw this photo. It's cute. It's cute. Focus on it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should follow me on Instagram because I post more on Instagram. But so I posted this cute photo. People were into it. They were like, "Wow, Katie, look at that." Well, you know, I really showed out. So I'm gonna do a video showing you how you can do this, and you can change this. You don't have to do lime green. You could do a different. You can do the same colors you did on top, on bottom. It'd be more wearable. But if you're into this lime green, I'm gonna show you how I get this. How I get it. First thing I'm going to start with is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I take a little bit of it on the back of my hand, like so, and I just tap into it in my finger, and then I start on the outside of my eyelid. I normally don't put it right in my lashes, but today apparently I do. Oh, that looks terrible. I take a wet beauty blender and I just bring the rest of it all over my eyes. I just make sure I get an even layer of it. I'm going to take the Kat Von D blotting powder and a Real Techniques setting brush, and I just swish it around in there real quick. And then I start on the inner corner of my eyes and I tap it out, just because the inner corner of my eyes normally creases up a little bit faster than everything else. I'm going to take a Real Technique shading brush and the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black Bean, and I'm going to coat the brush in the eyeliner. This is just an eyeliner, but I use it for all kinds of stuff. It's kind of like a greasy crown. Coat it on there, so it's pretty thick right now. And I'm going to start on the outer corner of my eyes and work my way in. And I just kind of do a tap and drag technique to just get a solid base on the eye. And I put this solid base on there so that the black eyeshadow doesn't get patchy. With that same brush, I'm going to go into the shade Bonnie on the Milk Gemini palette. And this is the shade Bonnie. This is the most pigmented and richest black that I have in my collection. So anytime I need a black eyeshadow, I always reach for this palette, even if I'm not using this palette on any of the other shades in the palette. It's just a really nice black. I'm curious if they make this in a single. I bet you they do. No, I don't think they do. But basically, I'm just tapping that shadow on where that eyeliner is, and it just sticks right to it, and it just makes it so it's not patchy. I'm going to take a Morphe 514 brush, and I'm just going to start blending this out. I'm going to dip into the shade Cupcake in that same palette. And I'm going to do small circles in the crease. And I'm going to keep it close to the crease. When you keep it closer to the crease, then it doesn't get as messy. So I'm just making sure there's not a harsh line in between that black lid and the crease. So this is where I'm at right now. It still isn't blended all the way, but it's just a start in your transition up. I'm going to take my Jeffree Star and Morphe brush. This is the JS5. I'm going to dip into the shade, I'm going to dip into the shade Luna, and I'm also going to dip in the shade Smokey. It's Smokey. I want to say, it's the name of her dog. It's Smokey. It might not be Smokey. But, so basically how I do this is I just, let me make sure you can see. I just kind of dab the end of it, knock it off a little bit, and then I dab the end of it, knock it off a little bit. And I'm just going to barely put it on there. And I start doing tiny circular motions with just the tip. Just the tip. I'm going to tap over the black again with that same shading brush, just to make sure I don't lose any pigment. I'm going to go back in with that 514 Morphe brush. Just to make sure everything's blended out. I'm going in with a clean, what is this, M441. Just to keep that blend going without adding any more, without adding like any muddy shades to it. Now I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques multitasking brush. This is my favorite brush. This brush is really like, I wish I had 20 of these. But basically, this brush I can shade in different ways on it. So if I was doing something more on my lid, I would have it down like this, or if I was in my crease. Now, since I'm focusing on my brow bone, I'm going to use the side of it, and I love it. I'm not even looking in the camera. I'm sorry, okay? It's weird. But, so I'm going to use just the side of this brush, and I think I'm going to dip it just a little bit into Smokey. I'm going to tap off a lot of it, so there's barely any of it. I'm barely using any pressure. I'm just making sure I have a nice gradient. Okay. So I'm going to get out my Lime Crime Venus 2 palette, and I am going to use this for my brow highlight bone. Okay, so this is in the shade Fly, and it is a green highlight. It's pretty. So I'm going to take this flat brush that fits right in to where my eyebrow bends. Don't look at that, okay, where you're hiding that. But anyways, so this brush fits right in to this area, and it looks so nice, okay? So I just coat the brush, give it a little tap, I'm going to take that same Real Techniques brush that I just used to blend out any harsh lines. And I just make sure I have an even gradient up to my highlight. Who do you think you are? Turning off on me. Okay. So, brow bones are highlighted. I'm gonna put my skin on and then we'll come back, okay? Because I got some stuff I want to show you. It's gonna be fun. We're not gonna do like a face tutorial because my face dry as hell, my hair dry as hell, my scalp dry as hell. It is the winter in the Midwest and I'm dry as hell. I've got my concealer on, I'm set. I don't leave my under eye tacky because I'm getting old and it's gonna crease. But what I'm gonna take is, I take the shade Cosplay by Give Face Cosmetics. And then I also take the shade Warning by Give Face Cosmetics. These are loose pigments. And I mix these together in like a little bowl. This is normally where I would put like a beauty blender to sit on my desk because I don't want it to just sit on my desk. But I've been putting it in there. I will say that these are messy. Like I haven't even started doing anything. All I did was put them in that bowl and mix, and it's everywhere. Also, my nose itches extremely bad right now. I think I'm allergic to my setting powder because my eyes are watering, my nose is itching, and none of this started happening until after I put the setting powder on. And this is every time I do my makeup. So it's time to consider a new setting powder, which I was already considering. Right now I'm just using the Kat Von D loose setting powder, which I got in like a sample, but I think I want to try like a luminous type of face powder. I think I want to try the Becca one that's in the purple container. I think it's purple. The purple container, or the, what is that one everyone likes? I don't know, but there's one on there that everyone likes. If I think about it, I'll put it on the screen. I'm gonna take a brush like this, and how I start it is I start from the outer corner. Can you see me? I start from the outer corner and I tap in, and you have to be careful because the rest of your face is already done and this has major fallout. So just be careful while doing it. I try not to go across because it hits my eyelashes and that's when I get the fallout. This is the JS12. And I start to blend that out and I go up to the line of where I stop with the smoky eye. You don't have to do that. A lot of people just stop at their lash line, but I like the continue. My eyes are watering so bad. I'm gonna take a clean 518 brush. It's Morphe. That's all I have. And I'm just gonna make sure I'm nice and blown out. I did get fallout all right in here. I'm kind of not too messed up about it. If you want to avoid that, put more powder on, but I could not put more powder on. My eyes are screaming. I'm gonna take my Urban Decay Heavy Metal liner in the shade Distortion. This is also a green liner. It has like, this is my favorite. It's just so pretty. I recommend you just swatch it in the store. So I start on the inside of my waterline. Not the inside, but like on the inside, you'll see. But right under my pupil, I just tap to put a little bit of that glitter. And the glitter will take up that pigment, so you have to be careful where it's just a tap. It's not a drag. This, like, as much as I really like glitter, It does ruin a good blend. It will take up eyeshadow so fast. It'll take up concealer. So I like it, but come on now. Take a little bit on the back of my hand and then take a clean, smaller, detailed brush and pick up that glitter and put it on the inner corner. I'm gonna have what looks like slime coming down my face here in a minute.